In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make the original daiquiri recipe. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another edition of Making You a Bartending Pro. I'm Jason. So on this channel, you'll find everything you need to become and succeed as a working bartender. So make sure you subscribe if you're new. In this episode, I want to cover a very basic but very fundamental in a drink that could have probably made it into the top 15 most common recipes video that I just did recently, is the daiquiri. There's only 3 basic main ingredients, which is a rum of your choice, lime juice, and sweetener like simple syrup. And that's about it. There's not a whole lot to this drink. So from what I can tell, this drink was invented in the 1800s in Cuba. But who knows, as with most of these drink recipes, it's hard to find the real truth about where these drinks came from. And originally these were supposedly made up, like strained, chilled, and poured into a martini or lifted glass. But it's not uncommon for you to see these things made as blended drinks. So that's why I have the blender down here. We're gonna do 2 versions and just kind of test these out. Especially if you get into like flavored daiquiris, which is basically just the original daiquiri recipe with a flavoring agent or fruit thrown into the blender and then blended all together. But for all intents and purposes, we're gonna make the quote unquote original daiquiri. So I'm gonna make 2 ounces of rum to about 3/4 to 1 ounce of lime juice. All we need is our mixing tin, half to 1/3 a tin of ice. Then we're gonna add our lime juice. Oh, nice catch. So I'm gonna take juice from about half of a lime. Then I'm gonna cut a couple of half wheels here as well so that we can put those on as garnishes at the end. And then I'm gonna make sure that I get about 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. So I'm just gonna use my little juice squeezer here. And we're looking for 1 ounce. And depending on your lime, this might take a half of a lime, this might take a whole lime, depending on the season and where you're getting your limes from. So I'm not quite there, I'm about 3/4 of an ounce. So I'm gonna juice the other half of this lime here, and we'll go just shy of 1 ounce. So now we take our 1 ounce lime juice, add it into the mixing tin with ice in it, and then we're gonna add 2 ounces of rum. So if you need to use a jigger or some sort of measuring device to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you can just free pour if you have your countdown. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, for about 2 ounces of whatever rum you prefer. I'm going with just a light generic white rum Bacardi. If you use an aged rum, the flavor might come through with the aging. You can kind of taste the woody, oaky barrel. So depending on if you or your customer want that, you can use that, or just a basic clean white rum. Oh, I forgot, we need to add about a half ounce or so of our simple syrup. So just about half ounce-ish to give it a little sweetness. Then we're gonna put our tin back on. We're gonna shake this. We're gonna strain this into our martini glass. Then I'm gonna garnish this with a half a wheel. And there you go. There is your daiquiri. And then let's give it a try, huh? Once again, another delicious, very well balanced cocktail. This is another great one that would be excellent to be sipping poolside while on vacation. I picture myself at a white sand beach in the Caribbean, toes in the sand, umbrella overhead, and enjoying one of these with my lovely partner by my side. So that is excellent. Now let's try the blended version and see if we can get it to taste just as delicious. Remember, a trick to getting the blending right is the ratio of ice to liquid. So a good way to do that, if you're unsure about how much ice to use in your little ice scooper that you have, you can do a couple things. Number one, you can just kind of fill the glass that you want to make the blended drink into basically full of ice. So we'll be very careful to just put enough ice in this to basically fill it up, right? And then we'll pour that into the blender, and that's gonna be roughly about the amount of ice we need. I will usually throw in just a couple extra cubes on top of that. Okay, so now that we have our ice in the blender, I'm gonna cut another lime in half here. And again, we're gonna go for about 1 ounce of lime juice to 2 ounces of rum. So put another half in here, squeeze this juice out of there. And this time I'm gonna cut a full wheel just for fun, for a different type of garnish. Okay, so there's a full wheel. And then let me squeeze the other half of this lime, other half or third or so left that we have. And depending on if you want more of a limey flavor, you can put a little more, or if you want more of the rum flavor to come through, you can put a little less lime. I'm actually going a little bit over 1 ounce because I do like lime juice. Put that into our blender. Then use a measuring device for your 2 ounces of rum if you need to, or you can just good old 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2 for our 2 ounces of rum. And then ½ ounce-ish or so of our sweetening agent, simple syrup. Here we go. And maybe put a little bit more of the sweetening agent and lime juice in the blended version, just because the ice, when it's blended, it'll tend to kind of dull the flavor of the drink a little bit. Okay, then put our top on here. So you can see that texture is pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty damn good. So now we're gonna take our blended, pour it into our martini glass. Look at that, nice and steamy, delicious, cold frothiness. Just about perfect there. And we're gonna take the full wheel for this one. Whoa, almost dropped it. And there you go. Okay, and then let's try this blended version. Still really delicious. So I think I still prefer the more classic served up version, just because the flavors of the rum and the lime and a little bit of sweetness kind of come through a little bit more. Whereas, as I said, with the ice, anytime you blend a drink with ice, you're drinking the ice with the cocktail, so it can dull the flavors. If you're extra hot sitting by the pool and you want an extra cooling effect, and definitely if you're gonna add ingredients, so you can do flavoring liqueurs, you can just simply throw fruit into the blender and make, strawberry or mango or whatever flavored daiquiris you would like. Just take the same exact recipe, but in addition, throw some fruit into that and it will be delicious. So there you go. There is the original daiquiri recipe. And if you want to consider yourself a savvy bartender, then this is definitely one that you need to have on the list of drinks that you know. If you're a daiquiri drinker and you have another way that you like to prepare it, then please leave the description of how you like to prepare this drink in the comments below. So happy summer to you, or whenever you may be watching this video. Be safe, enjoy. Thank you for watching. I'm Jason. This has been making you a bartending pro. I'll see you on the next episode soon. Take care. Cheers.